Right, good evening again and welcome to the third of these evenings. This is my Homer kit in case you don't recognise it. You know from the publicity roughly what to expect. You're going to hear two short plays, dramatisations from the Odyssey. In my mind they're part of a set of five, the five women who in different ways gave their love to Odysseus, and I'm proposing to call the whole pentalogy Odysseus Philoumenos, the Mr. Well-Beloved. He was loved in different ways. As you know, there are four elements in the performance. The main thing is that we're going to read the text in ancient Greek, and that is the experience we're offering you. The second element, to make it intelligible, is that you will always have... Can we go down to half lights by then, please? You will always have on the left of the screen a short translation, deliberately short, plenty enough for you to understand what is going on, but not translating every word. It may correspond to 3, 4 or 5 hexameters according to what's going on. Then, in order to make that even more intelligible, on the right of the screen, an image will always be there. The image is to represent either the character speaking, in this case it's Circe, in case you didn't recognise her, and that helps you identify. Alternatively, it will be an allusion to something being talked about at that time, setting sail and the north wind carrying you in this case. There's always those two elements there. A word about the images before I go any further. Can we go to the next one? The images themselves are very, very heterogeneous. Some, for example, top left is a classical head that we're using for Odysseus narrator, but it's not really Odysseus. The next two figures, top right and bottom left, stand for Anticlea and Calypso, and they are, faute de mieux, two images by Raphael. And the one on the bottom right, in due course you will see, is Signorelli, Ovid. That really is Ovid. The other two ladies are not, I've just adopted them. So be prepared for a great heterogeneity of the elements. And then finally, going to the next one, my favourite images are ones such as these. My favourite images of all are ones which are really an illustration, really from classical time, of the play that we are reading. So that really is Tiresias with his staff talking to Odysseus, top left. That really is a classical image of Odysseus on the beach, staring out over the sea in the second play. That really is a man with an adze making a ship, bottom left, and that really is, that most archaic and most moving one, is real Greeks, real soldiers rowing a ship. I hope you will be moved when you see when that comes into the thing. So that's the three elements. The fourth element is the music. Manon here, who is just an undergraduate at St. John's, but a very calm and collected person, as you will see, is going to play little snatches of music as a prelude, as a postlude, and some interludes, so sort of punctuating and framing the plays. And at some times she'll be playing underneath, and we thought we would just test the acoustic with a full house while we just tried that. So I'm going to invite her just to improvise something while I talk about the pronunciation. The pronunciation of the two plays is going to be different, right? In the first play, Erasmian or classical pronunciation, reconstructed. In the second play, you know, modern Greek. Now then, one lot says either, the other say either. One lot says neither, the other lot say neither, and as you can hear from the music, the instinct is to call the whole thing off. But I hope you will find that it's more interesting than that. First of all, it's quite clear that to use either pronunciation, what the modern Greeks, how they pronounce their own language, is like reading Shakespeare in modern English for me, whereas reading Shakespeare in Elizabethan English is obviously an intelligent thing to do. They're both viable approaches. The second thing to say is that most modern Greeks and most classicists would not actually read the text as you will hear it tonight. I have been trying to bring them into the centre, to make the classicists respect the word accents, to make the Greeks feel the weight of the words they're saying. So it's not quite as extreme as you might think. The third thing is that I believe in the pronunciation that I'm using as the best way of arriving at the poetry in the theatre. I think this is the best way to speak the words to involve you in the play. My instructions in the last week to my readers have been, just be the character, feel the emotion, and give it to them. And that's how I want you to judge them. I think if you will come with your imaginations to fill out the images, the translations, the sound of the words, you will find that you get the genuine tingle factor. There have been days, moments in time, when in the past week I felt the chicken breaking out of the egg. And that is a wonderful moment when you know you're getting near what could be done. It's just a few non-professionals in 3 weeks of scattered rehearsals. Everyone in Cambridge, you will remember, is frantically busy writing papers, going to conferences. They've no time to think. I'm frantically busy trying to put on Homer. No one is relaxed. But we can do something, and if you come to meet us, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Now, a few practical things. There will be a small pause between the plays as the cast, as it were, reassemble. We'll bring the lighting up to this level during that. It'll only be 2 or 3 minutes. Have you all switched off your dreaded phones and alarms and everything else? You might just make a final check on that. I would just ask Martin, is there anything I should have said practically that I seem to have forgotten to have said? Right. In that case, just the briefest of introductions to Anticlea, and we shall start. She is the mother. I'm stressing it as it's stressed in the modern Greek, Anticlea. She was alive when Odysseus left for Ithaca. He has been detained 10 years at the war, a year or more in Circe's island. 12 years have gone by. By Circe, he is sent to the shores of the underworld to consult Tiresias about his journey home. And it's there that he meets, he surprised the soul of his mother. It's one of 3 meetings. The first is the sailor who died in absurd circumstances, but it's terribly moving. Then the soothsayer, then the mother. We cut it off at a point when the other women appear from the ground thronging. And Homer names all the heroines of all the subsequent tragedies and romances in Greek. It's an astonishing moment, a roll call of all the famous women of antiquity. But we stop just short of there, I hope you will agree, artistically. We are ready to roll.
Peridetra von horai, nenon stinonto, perede emata macrateleste, caito te me calessantes efanerieres hetairoi.
Daimonie, ede nun mymnesceo patridos aies, eitoi thespaton estis authenai, cae hicesfai oikon euctimenon, cae sen es patrida Gaian.
O Stefan, autare moige epepetetos timosageno. Posto temen propanema eseelion catadunta emeta, tai numenoin crea taspeta cae methyhedu. Moste aerios catedu, cae epi knefas elten, hoimen hoimesanto cata megaras hioenta. Autalego, Kirkes epibas pericaleos eunes, gunon eritaneusa, thea de meu equuen audes.
O Kirke, teleson moi hyposcesin en peripestes oicade pempsemenai, sumoste moi esutai ede edallon hetaron, hoi meov tinuthus i philon cer amphemeo duromenoi, hote posu genospi geneai.
Diagones laetiader, horumechana du seu, mercetinun ae contes emoen I mymneta oiko, allen chre proton hodon telesai, cae cesta eis aida o domus, cae paines persophonees, psyche chresomenus, thebaut heresia o mantios allau, tute frenes empere eisi, to cae tethne oti non pore Persephoneia oio pepnustai. Toi desciae ai susin.
O Kirke, tis gartauten odon hegemoneusei, eis aidos dupo tis afficeto nei melaine.
Diagones laetia de polymechana du seu, metitoi hegemonosca pathe para nei melesto, histonde stesas, anathistia leucapatessas hersta, Tenda que toi pnoye borea o feresin. Al hopot ande nei dioke anoio pereses, enth acte te lachea kai alsea Persephoneas, macrai taige roi, kai itea o lesicarpoi. Nea men autu kelsai ep okea no bethodine, autostes aidio ienai domon eiro enta. Entha de peit heros crimthes pelas, hos akeleuo bothron o ruxai, hosonto pugusion, entha kai entha. Amfau tode choen geistai, pasi ne kuesi. Autar e pen euchesi lise cruta ethne necron, enth oin a neion resden, thelunta melainan eis erebos strepsas. Autos dapanos fi trapestai iemenos potamoioro aon. Entha da polai psychai eleusontai necuon, catateth ne oton. De tot epeit et aroisen epotrunai kai anoxai mela, tade katakit asfang mena ne lei halcho, deirantas katakeai, epeuxastai de theoisen, if thimo taide kai epainea Persephoneia. Autos de xifos oxu erusamenos parame ruhestai, meda ean nekuon amanena carena, haimatos ason imen, prin teiresia o puthestai. Entha toi autica mantis eleusetai or chamalaon, hos ken toi epesin hodon kai metra keleusu, nostonte, hos epiponton eleusai, thuo enta.
Os nefato, autica de chrysophron o neos, altare godi adomata ion, otrinon hetairus melichios iapesi, parastadon andra hekaston.
Meketi nun heudontes auteite glukun hypnon, aliomen degar moje pefra de potnia kirke.
Cose famen, toisin de pepeteto simos ageno, udemen udenten per apemonas segon hetairus. En penodetis esque neotatos, ute tegien alchimos en polemo, ute fresin esin areros. Posmoi anteute etaron hieroisin domasi kirkes psycheos himeron, catelexato oino pareo.
Unymenon tetaron homadon kai tupon accusas, exapines anorse, kai eclatheto fresin hesin, apsoron catamenai iones climaca macren, ala cataticru tegenos peste, ecte hoi auchen astragallon eage, psychede aidoste catentem. Erchomenos ite toisi, ego metamython eepon.
Faste nu pu, oikonde, filen es patrida gaian erchestai, allen de min hodon tecmerato kirke, eis aida odomus cae paines Persephonees, psyche chrysomenus te vaiu teiresiao.
Epinea catelthomen ed thalasan, neamena pamproton erussamen es haladian. Hemindao catopiste neos cuaino proroio icmonen, uron hie persistion eston hetairon, kirke euplocanos, de netheos audeesa.
Hemeste hopla hecasta ponesamenoi, catanea hemeta. Tende anemoste kybernetes deitiune. Teste panemeries tetatistia ponto poruses, Dyset te Helios, skionte te passai agliai, hedes pereta hicane, pathiuro oceanoio.
Ένθατε κυμερίων ανδρών τεμόστε πολίστε, τε έρικα νεφέλε και καλυμμένοι, ούδε ποτάουτους σε έλιος φαέθων καταδέρκεταί ακτίνεσιν, ούτωποταν στέχεσι προς ουρανών αστερόιντα, ούτωταν αψεπηγάιαν απ' ουρανόθεν προτράπεταί, αλλά επί νουξολοέ τεταταί, τελόισι πρωτόισι.
Neamen enthelthontes secelsame, ecte tamela helonta, autoide aute para roon oceanoio eomen, offres horon afficomta, hon frase kirke.
En thieria men perimedes eurocoste escon, egode au oxu erusamenos parameru, bothron oryxa, osonte pugusion enta caenta, amphiautode hoen geomen, passin necuesi.
Syhai hypexerebius necuon ageron tota meai, nymphaite, eithioite, polykletoite gerontes, parthenicaite atalai, neopenthea thumone husai, Oloi tutamenoi chalceres in engees in andres ariepatoi, ben protomena teochia echontes, oi voloi peribothron e phoiton, allos en allos espesiei ache, emede chlorondeos ere.
Prote de psyche el penoros el tendetairu, ugato et tetacto hupoctonos eurodeies, soma garen kirkes megaru catalepomen hemes, aklaton kai atacton, et eponos alos epege. Ton menego dacrusa idon, eleesate fumo, kai lymphonesas, epeapteroenta proseudon.
El penor, pos else suppostophon eroenta, eftes besdosion egosum neimelaine.
Diogenes laertiade, polymecian Odysseu, asse me daimonos aisa cace, cae athesphatos oinos. Circes de megaroi catalengmenos, uc enoesa, apsaron catabenae, iones climaca macren. Allah, cat Anticlea, tegeos person, ectemoi aushen astragalon eage, psyche daidoste catelfe. Nundes eton opithen gunastomai, pareonton, proste alochu cae patros, hose etre fetithon eonta, telemachute, hon munon enimegarois in elepes. Oidagar, hos enthende cion, domu exaidaho, nesson esaiaien, scheses euergea nea. Enthathe epeta anax, celomai, nesastai emeio. Me aklauton, athapton ion, opithen cataleipen nos vistes. Metotitheon manima genomai. Allah, me caceae syntoichesin, assamoi esti, sematemoi shoai, polies epithini thalasses. Andros dystenoio, cae esomenois ipythesthai. Tautatemoi telesai, pexae te epithymboi eret mon, toicais doos ereson, eon met emois hetaroisin.
Tauta toi odystene, teleuteso te cae herxo.
Noimen hoste peesin amibomenos tygeroisin hemeta. Egomen ameothen et haimati paskanon ishon, et olon de heterothen hetairu, pola agoroen. Eleisatethimo, alut hoseion proteren, pyginon verachelon, haimotos assonimen, printeresia o pythestai.
Elthe de tipsicerte baiu terasio, cruseon skeptron echon, e me degno, cae prosete,
Diogenes laertiade, polymechan Odyssau, Tiptau to Odystene, lipon faos elioi o elthe, offra ide necula, gaia terpechon. Alla pochasde obothru, apisce de phasganon oxu, haimatos offra pio, gaitoi nemerte ipo.
Osfato, egodan chasomenos xifos aguroelon cuelo en catepexa. Ode epepien aimacelainon, caetot edem pesi proseuda amantis samymon.
Noston disdeai meliede, faidem Odysseu. Tonde toi, argaleon thesis eos. Ugaro io lesin ennos egaion, otoi koton enthetos iumo, comenos, ote hoi hyon philon exala osas. Alletimenke kaihos, kakaperpas contes hicoiste. Aiketheles sons iumone rykäkein kaihetaero, isithakes dämon. Deisten päämätä oikoo, andras superfialus, hoitoi bioton catedussim nomenoi Anticleen alochon, kai hetnati tontes. Alle toi kinonge bias apotissea elfon. Autar epennes terässä nimegaroisse te oissi ktines, dolo, Amphaton oxei chalco, erchestai de pita, labon eu eretmon, is hocetus afficeai, hoi ukisasse thalassalan eres, udet helessime min menon idar edusi. Opoteken datoi xumblemenos allos odites fe, afere loigonekin anafaidimo homo, kai totede, gaie pexas eu eres eretmon, erxas hieracalla Poseidaoni anacti, arneion, tauronte, suonte bebetor capron, oicat aposteki. Erdin tierasse katombas, athanatoisse teoissi toi uranon euron ehussi, passe malhekseie. Thanatos de toi, ex halos, auto, ablechros, malatoios eleusetai. Oske se pefne, gera hypolliparo arremeno. Amphide, laoi olbioi essontai. Tatetoi, nemertea iro.
Teresia, tamen arpue peclos antheoi autoi. Allage moito dei pecai atraceos catalexon. Metros tendoro psychen catatetnetyes. Et aceusa estais cedon haimatos, udeon hyon etle es anta idein, ude protymythesastai. Eipe anax, posken me anagnoie ton eonta.
Freidi onto eposereu, caeni fresis eso, hontina menkeneas neguon gatadethne oton haimatos asson imen. Odetoi nämärtes en ipsi. Odeke pithones. Odetoi palin isin opisso.
Osfamene psyche men eber domon aidos eso terasiao anactos, epicatates fata elexe. Autare gon, autum menon empedon, offre pimete elite, cae pien haima celaine fes. Autica degno, cae monofuromene epeap teroenta proseuda.
Teknonemon, pos eltes hypostophon eroentas doseon, calepondit adit Odyssey horasthai, mesogar megaloi potamoi, cae denareethra, ochianosmen prota, ton upos esti peresai, pestoneonta, en metis seche euergea nea. Eniunde troiethen alomenos enthaticanes, nei te cehataroisin polyn chronon, udipo elthes esithachen, udiedes eni megaroisit unica,
Metere me chreio me categagen en saido psyche chresomenon thebaiu teiresio. Ugar poskedon elthon achaido sude po hamesges sepeben, alaien echon alalemaio istun, exuta protis te pomen, agamemnon idio, ilion eus eupolon, hinatroes imachoimen. Alla gemoito deipe, cae atrekeos catalexon, tis nu secere damase tanelegeos tanatoio. Edoliche nusos, e Artemis Iocheaira hoi saganoi sibelesin e poichomene catepefnen. E pede moi patroste cae hyeos hon cateleipon, et i parcenois in emongeras, etis ede andron allos echei, ne duceti fasi nestai. E pede moim nestes alochu bulente nonte, e mene i parapaidi caempe da panta fylassei, edem in egemen achaion hostis aristos.
cae lien cenegemene, tetleotithiumo soisin enime garoisin, ois duraidi hoiae thinusi nuptes te cae emata dacru cheuse. Son di upotis eche calongeras, alla hekelos telemakos temenia nematai, cae daitas eisas dainutai, has epeoike dicas polon andra legunen, pantes gar caleusi. Paterdisos autothimimne agro, udi polindi catercatai, udi hoi eunai demnia cae chlainai, cae regia sigaloenta, al hoge hemamen heude hothid moes en ioico, en coni, anci pyros, cacati chroi hemata hetai. Autar epen elthositeros tethaluia topore, pante hoi catagunon aloes oinopedoio, phylon keklimenon xamalai bebleata eonai. Entha hogicate acheon, megadifresi penthos aexes sonnos ton potheon, halepon epigeras hicane. Huto gar cae egon olomen, cae potmon epespon. Uti e megaroisin eiuskopos iocheaira hoisagan oisi bellesin e poikomene katepefnen. Utitisun moi nusos e peluten, hetemelista tekedonis tykärä melion exceletothumon. Alla me sosti pothos, sate media faidimodus eiu, certi aganofrosune, melie dea thumon apeura.
Os efato. Autare gordi ephelon fresimen merixas, metrosem es psychen heleien catates nues. Tris mene fomethen, helein temictimosa noge, triste moi eccheron, scie ecelon e caionero, estaton. Achos psygenescet tocerothi mandon, cae min ponessa sepiepterointo proseudon.
Metere me, ti numu mimneis helein memota, offra cae en aido, filas pericheire, balonte amfoteru, crueroio te tarpomis agoio. Eti moi eidolon, tode, agaue Persefoneia, otrune, offreti mallon odyromenos stenachisto.
O moi, teknonemon, peripanton camore photon, utisse Persephonia diostugate apaphisce, alhaute dices tibroton hote tisce thanasin. Ugaretis sarcaste, cae ostea ines ecusin, alla tamente puros crateron menos, aetho menoio damna, e pece prota lipe leucostea thumos. Psychedic, eut oneros, apoptamene pepotetai. Alla foos di tachista lilaio, tauta di panta isti, hina kai metopiste te peste gynaiki.
Noimen posse teisen nave momenta, haide gunaike selluthon, utrunenga agaver Persephonea, osa iansteon alokoiesan.